association with Midwest Whitetail. AFM and AFM Land Sales presents Chasing Creation. Jason Creation's been brought to you by AFM and AFM Land Sales, The Great Outdoors, Surf and Turf, G&G Taxidermy, Franklin Signs and Graphics, Allied Insurance, Acorn Prints, Tire Country, Max Baxter Roofing, Quality Landscape Materials, Clonigers Inc., and H2O Hydrographics.
Hey guys, welcome back to Chasing Creation, and thanks again for tuning in this week. For this week's show, we got a pretty cool show lined up. As you know, Jeff and Greg and everybody gets the chance to go out to Kansas every year. Well, this year is no different, so we're going to follow along with them to see if they can't fill another Kansas tag.
Words of Woody Guthrie, this land is your land, so you should have the right to protect it. Out of American Forest Management, we have the expertise to help you protect your land for generations to come. We're your best source for forest and land management, environmental and wildlife services, as well as investment and appraisal services. Our brokerage company, AFM Land Sales, is actively engaged in the rural property market every day. We specialize in timberland, recreation, conservation, development, and agricultural properties. The combination of American Forest Management and AFM Land Sales, the most all-inclusive team of professionals you can work with, from purchase to sale and all forest management activities in between. Land. Since 1966, that's been our only business. Give us a call today at 855-AFM-LAND. American Forest Management and AFM Land Sales, providing services for your natural investment.
Franklin Signs started in 1996 with the goal of producing only quality handcrafted signs to fit the customer's budget. And from that goal, we have signs of all shapes, sizes, and construction throughout the country. We are now a handcrafted sign facility, also offering state-of-the-art computer equipment. Our goal is to develop long-term partnerships. Franklin Signs is dedicated to you because we have a vested interest in your success and ours. Call today for a free estimate.
Have you heard about Gaston County's best-kept secret, the Surf and Turf Lodge? Surf and Turf Lodge is not your ordinary fish camp. We offer a wide selection of top-quality menu items like our steak, chicken, ribs, chops, seafood, and don't forget about our Captain Jack's children's menu. Surf and Turf Lodge offers our full menu for dine-in and carry-out with our easy and convenient drive-through service. Stop by the Surf and Turf Lodge, conveniently located in Bessemer City. We're open Wednesday through Saturday for dinner and Sundays for lunch.
This segment is brought to you by AFM.
Hey guys, just before we head out west and join up with Jeff and Nicole and Greg, we're going to take a little pit stop down in Chester, South Carolina to see what kind of properties AFM has to offer.
Okay, well, we are here at the Bobcat Ridge Hunt Club. We're about a mile and a quarter off the main road, and this is our main house here. This house was built in 2007. Sleeps about 14 comfortably. got all amenities, brand new kitchen, 5-bedroom, 3-bathroom, satellite. We've got full power. We got a well here. We also have, there's a walking trail down to the Chester State Park Lake that we have access to. It's a 154-acre lake, stocked with brim and crappie and bass. We've got another small pond just up the road. It's about 1.25 acres. We've stocked that with brim, and we got bass there. We got some hybrid bass and some largemouth bass. We actually have some catfish in there too. The deepest part of that pond is about 20 feet because it was built on the bottom of a sloped field. We've got around here, we've got facing this way, there's state park, protected land. All stretches all the way back. There's a peninsula, or the main channel of the lake is over this way, and a peninsula where the house is built just above that. So we actually have a view of the lake down here from the back deck of the house. Got our maintenance shed over here. It's a 1,000 square foot maintenance shed. We've cleared out a section for a skeet range back behind it, and that's really, it's about 6 acres here, the residential area where we built the house. The tract is a total of 203 acres, and of that, there's about 115 acres in planted mature loblolly pine. This was an old International Paper tract that they had in their Blue Sky fund, and so these were recognized as HBU, a higher and better use tract, but also with substantial timber volume and future revenue. Well, the house, the beauty of the house being next to this state park lake, we've got a great view of the lake, but there's no power boats allowed on the lake. So it's a really, a nice, secluded, quiet, great place to wake up in the morning, great place after a hunt to sit out on the back porch and have a cup of coffee and have some eggs and enjoy some fellowship down here. And of course, with AFM Management's help and with AFM Land Sales, we're hoping to carry on the legacy of Bobcat Ridge and find the next owner that can appreciate the uniqueness of this property. And it's certainly a turnkey recreational tract that we hope someone can enjoy for a long time to come. To learn more about the property, you can go to afmlandsales.com. This is obviously a legacy property and it's on our front page, but you can also go to search property by location, and there's a sidebar. I'll drop down South Carolina, and obviously under Chester County, 203 acres, Bobcat Ridge. It's a great place, and I'd love to meet you down here and show you on foot, and so you can see it for yourself.
Welcome to Kansas, November 29th. Out here a little stuffy on the cold prairies with a cold, but 1,300 miles later, we're here before opening day tomorrow, getting the last practice shot in. We are excited and look forward to this every year. Hope we can bring you a wonderful trip. Man, everything's just falling together on this Kansas trip. You got my dad with me, my wife with me out here in Kansas, and I'm chasing the biggest buck of my life on this show. It's Kansas time. We're here December 1st. This is the morning that we dream about all year long. This is the hunt for us. As far as the hunting world goes, this is the day we live for right here. And we're going out here with our rifles today. Rifle season came in yesterday. We're bundling up big time because there's a cold front moving in. And this Kansas prairie has nothing to block the wind. 30-mile-an-hour wind blowing today. We're hoping we can get out here and get some deer moving, heading to the creek, because with the wind blowing, they like heading to the creek. So we're going out here to try to catch them going from the food to the creek. We're trying a place we've never tried. It's a wide open pasture, but it's right in the middle of a transition area, catching them heading to the creek. So we're bundling up with everything we have because it's going to be chilly. Mr. Greg Bryant's the cameraman. Let's see what happens.
Get all you need for the great outdoors at the Great Outdoors Cherville. Get all the gear and accessories to make that next fishing or hunting trip successful, plus a whole lot more: work clothes, footwear, archery equipment, and a huge selection of guns and ammunition. At the Great Outdoors, you'll find those hard-to-find local fishing lures everybody's talking about on the Bass and FLW tours. Plus, the latest from Barry's Custom Lures, hand-painted crankbaits, Brian's Bees, Strike King, and more. Hunters, there's a huge selection of outdoor clothing, tree stands, all the accessories, and a selection of guns that make Mr. Winchester, Smith & Wesson, and Ruger blush. The Great Outdoors is your bow hunting headquarters, as authorized dealers for several lines, including Matthews and Parker. The Great Outdoors has just what you need. If it has to do with the outdoors, it has to be at the Great Outdoors, conveniently located in Cherville, North Carolina at 112A Cherry Street. Call them 704-445-8848 or log on 24/7 at teamgreatoutdoors.com.
Allied Insurance is conveniently located on 321 in Clover, just 7 miles from the North Carolina state line. Allied Insurance covers both North and South Carolina, working in all lines of insurance: life, home, auto, business, motorcycle, and boat. We represent many insurance companies, saving you time and money. While you enjoy life, we'll work for you. Call for a free insurance comparison, and remember, Allied Insurance, your insurance savings store.
At Tire Country, we believe the best deal is not always the best price. If you spend a couple dollars extra now to get a better product that lasts longer and is made right here in the United States, you'll be way ahead in the long run. You'll leave Tire Country a customer for life. Just ask your neighbor. We've been keeping them on the road for over 30 years. Take advantage of 90-day financing with no credit check. All you need is a valid driver's license and checking account. This is your Tire Country. Union and Garrison, next to Bojangles, Gastonia.
This segment is brought to you by The Great Outdoors.
Good evening, folks. Good to see you here again on Chasing Creation. This week on our taxidermy tip of the week, we're going to talk about something that, if you have an opportunity, it may happen in your lifetime. Let's just say that you go out on a hunt somewhere and you harvest an animal that's life-size, or you want to have him mounted life-size or something of that nature. The taxidermist can get a lot of help from a customer just by him using some references for you out there in the field. Naturally, this animal could possibly be completely skinned before it ever gets to a taxidermy shop. What you need to do, and you don't have to be an artist to do this, simply take you a piece of paper, make you a small sketch of an animal, take a measuring tape. We've talked about this in other episodes. Use this thing to give your taxidermist some references on your sketch. Give him some dimensions such as girth around the animal. All taxidermists use a dimension in the corner of the eye to the tip of the nose, as well as a measurement around the base of the neck near the ears. Now, when this animal is skinned out, naturally all of those dimensions are going to be gone, but you'll have those references. Take a good photo. Carry each of those items to your taxidermist when you go in for a mount. He'll be able to go back and through some scratching his head and a little bit of leg work, he can come up with all that information himself. But if you give him some good starting reference points, you'll always receive a much better quality mount in the end. Thank you. You have a good week. Hope you have an opportunity to make a hunt like this someday.
Since the mid-1980s, Quality Landscape Materials has been helping our clients develop and realize their landscaping needs and goals. We offer a variety of commercial and residential services. from landscape maintenance, construction, seasonal plants, to irrigation services and installations. We also have a large supply of mulch, topsoil, and gravel on site. We're located just off 85 at exit 14. Quality Landscape Materials is where quality comes first. Max Baxter Roofing is a family-owned business with more than 25 years of experience. Our attention to detail is definitely what makes us different. Some of our services include tear-offs and re-roofs, rubber roofs, gutters, and vinyl siding. We are licensed and insured, and all our work is guaranteed. Here at Max Baxter Roofing, our philosophy is we go to the max to cover your tops. So stop by and visit us or call at 704-629-4064.
This is Pastor Danny Shortridge of the Dallas Church of God, and I give you a cordial invitation to come and be with us at our church. I believe if you come, you'll be glad that you did.
This segment is brought to you by AFM.
I'm telling you, as far as the deer hunting world goes, this is as good as it gets for the Carolina boys and the Bryant clan here. We come out here and we're chasing trophy whitetails that we don't find back east. They're so few and far between back there. And our friends out here that have been so gracious to us, it's just become like family. So it's just a treat to kick back with them and to get to play on their big playground out here in the prairies. Give me some help, woman.
This thing might be a little too small for you.
The abominable hunter.
Your little apron.
She's been wanting me to work out all year, so here's what you got.
I was gonna say, you look at least 70 pounds heavier with that on.
I just wear this at home all the time. This year is our 5th year in a row coming to Kansas, and they're in a major 2-year drought. And setting up this hunt here was December the 1st, second day of the gun season, and we're heading over to a 600-acre plus pasture where there's absolutely nothing but leftovers, remains from the cows that have been there this summer. Dad and I wiped the night-night out of our eyes, and we're heading to this 600-acre pasture. I'm telling you, there's nothing there, but there was a beautiful milo field to the north and some much-needed water to the south. And on a windy day, they've got water, they've got cover, and they generally are heading to that creek. So I said, hey, we could throw our hands in the air about this, but let's go sit in this wide open pasture, find a little bit of cover, and hope we're in a great intersection. Now, one awesome thing about this pasture we're going to is nothing but a desert field, pretty much. But every time we seem to pull up looking, to view the creek from this pasture mid-morning, we see some major deer headed towards the creek from this pasture. We've never hunted it, so it's been in my mind all these years. We've got to set up in it, and so this is what we're doing today. I mean, there is absolutely no cover in this pasture, so we parked the truck in a ditch. We walk about 300 yards to where 2 fences come together, cutting these milo fields off from the creek, and thank goodness for some old rolling Kansas tumbleweed where we made a good old makeshift blind. The weather doesn't have to be perfect in Kansas, just as long as your timing is. And that's what happened about 10 minutes after we set this blind up. I'm glassing up the hill towards the milo, and one deer by itself pops up. Now I was hoping this mule was gonna cross over and come into the pasture a good ways and not follow the fence line right into our lap. And when I looked over and saw 3 does out to our right about 150 yards that had slipped by us, I knew that he was gonna be following close behind. Now things started happening real fast. The does had the creek on their mind and this big boy had the does on his mind. And so they were passing through pretty quick. Dad got the big boy in the camera great, but I was laying down and couldn't get a shot. And I'm gonna tell you right now, if my emotions have ever been high, they were high right there. I mean, a lifetime of hunting, me and Dad, and here is the biggest deer of either one of our lives, and he's running through this pasture, paralleling the fence we're on, and I'm sitting here thinking, I'm not gonna get him to stop. I didn't get him, man. I couldn't get him. Oh my goodness. This is monster. It happened quick. You cannot pass up a 170. 160, 170 close deer in Kansas. We're out here in the wide open. Dad's gonna show you our setup here in a minute.
Is that?
There's a doe standing over it. This deer is down. Probably my biggest deer ever. It's 30-something degrees here, December the 1st. Kansas, I've never been so rattled. I didn't think this deer was gonna stop. These are prairie deer right here. They were coming from the north. It's a 30-mile-an-hour windy day. I'm so bundled up I can't move. I looked over the prairie here about half a mile and I said, Dad, huge bucks running down this fence line. Now we got in here this morning. It's a drought here in Kansas again. This is our camouflage in the corner of the fence. We had to come over here and stack up this tumbleweed because last year it was some weeds right here, but now there's nothing. So we basically just came over here and in the corner of a fence, that's it. And stacked some tumbleweed, and here it is right here at daylight. Oh my goodness, 7:25. 3 or 4 does come running, here he came running, and he just, he gave me a 1/4 of a way shot, and I had to go ahead and take it. My dad's with me. It was so tough to get it on film.
We got him running.
We got him running in.
But not the shot.
Not the shot, but this is just a dream come true out here on the Kansas prairie.
We gotta go see him, bud. We gotta go see this boy.
Ooh, glory! Look at him. Look at here.
I think you got your booter, baby. You got a booter. You got a booter. It's better than we thought.
Right here.
I wish we had it on kill, but
Look at this big Kansas macaque. He's been walking around here for a while. Look at that bastard.
Look at those brows, man.
Ooh, daddy. That's why I came to Kansas. Now, do you think Dad and I are ever going to forget that hunt, man? That was special to experience that together. Special hunt, special deer, biggest of my life. Spending out here with family and friends. Whew. I can't wait till next year is all I can say. We're looking at a beautiful December the 1st morning here. The old muley-faced Kansas whitetail. It's worth 1,300 miles to drive to North Carolina to take him back and make him an official resident of North Carolina after a stop at G&T Taxidermy. other bucks go right by our setup.
Look at the mass.
Right by our setup, and he was a big one, but he was busted up. Her dad was gonna shoot it. I had him on film 150 yards. Look at that thing.
Good. Holy smokes.
Look at that. When he first came running down the prairie, and I saw his horns, I said, you know what? That might be a stinking mule deer, and we don't have a mule deer tag.
Yeah.
I said, the biggest deer of my life is gonna be a mule deer. But he's got a white face like one. Would you have shot him?
Absolutely.
Well, today started out just like any other hunting day.
We're probably about 15 minutes away from Charlotte Douglas International Airport.
All right, I did get him. I was worried I missed him.
I just shot a deer in Kansas. Is he really down? I ain't gonna get
He's down.
He's down. I see him from here. He's laying right out there. Show the boys.
What you got here, girl? What you got?
Look at this deer I killed.
What? Did you finally get a deer?
Finally.
You didn't get this little one, did you?
You didn't get this baby.